Hey, what's up? Today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Deadpool. Now this is based on the Marvel Comics anti-hero. So he's like a superhero, but he's kind of like an anti-hero. Because from what I understand, when he actually debuted in comics, he actually was a villain. But then eventually he became like a anti-hero, So basically, like he's like still on the good, on the good side of things. Like in the role of Deadpool, you have Ryan Reynolds playing him. But the actual like alter ego of Deadpool, I guess you could say, is Wade Wilson, because that's what his name is Wade Wilson. But he becomes like Deadpool, because of like this experiment that he undergoes, to treat the cancer that he had. So yeah, this is my review for this film that I thought was pretty good, and surprisingly I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And I was looking forward to it because to me what he did seemed to be like very popular. I was getting a whiff of like Deadpool everywhere, everything. So when I finally got to see them make like a live action film based on like the Marvel Comics like hero, I decided, I'm gonna be definitely looking forward to checking this out, and surprisingly I did like it a lot, I enjoyed it. Now, the one thing kind of like interesting about it is it actually opens with like, not to spoil it, it actually opens with like Deadpool, like automatically just starts with him like, and he's like in this car with like this I think like this like cabbie type person who's taking him on like a ride somewhere. So off the bat it starts off with that, but then it jumps back like an action sequence kicks off, which is kind of cool, like the way they filmed it, but it's like very violent and bloody. It kicks off with him starting to tell like his origin story as this particular scene going on. And this actual particular scene that it opens with is actually like the climactic scene of the film that is leading to, but then he jumps back into like the origin tale of what the film is about. So you get to see like him like in New York City, and he meets like this woman, and then if they start falling for each other, and one day he like faints and stuff, out the blue. Then he finds out that he has a terminal cancer. So that's basically what the film's about. But then eventually, like these people that they put him in this experiment, and this is where he meets like the villain of the film too, which I'll touch on too. And they decide to treat his cancer, but it's actually life threatening, But and he's kind of against it, but he lets them like do it, And they put all this like fluids and stuff in him and everything like that. Then it turns his body, like it basically like takes the cancer that's in him and puts it on the outside, because his face and everything becomes like disfigured. He looks like he's like burned up or something. Not burned up, but like it's like the cancer that's like eating away at him. It basically had been put on the on the outside of his body, which explains why he looks so like rough and like disfigured and stuff. Now, the person that injects him with this serum is known as Francis Freeman, who actually turns out to be like Ajax, like the villain of the film. He injects Wade Wilson with this like serum, to actually like fight his terminal cancer. But at the same time, as he's injecting him with it, he's telling him that he's like actually trying like an experiment on him, like, to make him like a superhuman, basically, like give him like a super kind of like power. And he himself, Francis Freeman, he has like a mutant ability where he can like, he has like strong like power, like strength with it. Because at one point you do get to see him lift a person up, so you can tell that's basically what his power was. His ability is like, he has like super strength and so on or whatever. But yeah, like Wade Wilson, he gets like infected with like the serum and stuff, and it does his job. So it turns out that the ability that he does have after all this goes on, because there's like a big point in the film where like destruction happens, because Wade Wilson is upset of what they did to his body and everything like this. So like he causes like the whole laboratory place where they was doing the experiment to like blow up and and everything. Was kind of like funny, like humorous. But like his ability is to actually regenerate, kind of like Wolverine. He has like a healing process where he can regenerate like his body basically, well, which always was interesting to me, and I thought was kind of cool. That's what I was really looking forward to, was like the power that he had basically. So after this, he decides to, after like he gets injected with the serum, and like to treat the cancer and turn him into like this superhuman with like these regenerative abilities, where he can heal himself. He decides to hunt down Francis Freeman, Ajax, for like doing this to him, like nearly destroying his life and stuff like that. So that's basically what the film, like the bulk of the film really is about. The plot itself, like Deadpool, he's after the villain Ajax, Francis Freeman. Because I was the one who put him into this experiment, but at the same time it kind of helped him, but it's like it disfigured him and just like messed up everything. So that's basically what like when the film is about, him is like seeking revenge against Francis Freeman. But I thought this was a good film, and I thought like Ryan Reynolds, I'm a fan of him anyway, I thought he was like cool in the role of Deadpool. He already has done like the superhero before anyway. He did it in like Green Lantern, for like DC Comics. So it's kind of cool seeing him take on like another hero role that's very like sarcastic and has like a filthy mouth, you know, which is okay, you know. I mean, they had he curses like a lot of profanity, plus like the film itself is like violent on the whole, you know. But I surprised. I thought it was cool. Like, kind of, you know, like, I thought it was funny, you know. And I like his look too. You know, he kind of resembles like Spider-Man to a certain extent, you know, like with the eyes, you know. But he's like a more like grittier, like I guess you could say the type of Spider-Man with like the violence and like the cursing and stuff. Because people heads getting chopped off, you know, like blood flying everywhere, like lots of profanity, even like sexual scenes. You know, it's like a very violent film, you know, which I thought was kind of cool. You know, you also get to see like Stan Lee make like his traditional like cameo appearance like in this film. You know, he does in like all like the Marvel films, you know. But I thought it was good. To me, like Ryan Reynolds was really the standout performance of the film because it's like he just fits the role of Wade Wilson, Deadpool, like perfectly. Like all like the sarcastic like lines and remarks and stuff that he says, he just fits it so like perfectly, you know, from my opinion. You also have like other characters from like the comic books from what I know of. It's like a Weasel who turns out to be that's Wade Wilson's like best friend, you know, and he's played by T.J. Miller. I thought he's like funny and stuff because he works like in like a bar, I think, some kind of like bar thing, you know. I forgot it was called a sister or something. I forgot the name of it, but I thought I thought he was kind of funny, you know. Then you have Ed Screen. I think that's how you say his name as the main villain of the film, Francis Freeman, Ajax. Then you have Marina Baccarin. I think that's her name, who plays Vanessa. I think Carlisle. I know she's also on Gotham too. Then you have other like people in here too. Like you have Colossus, you know, from like the X-Men. He's in this film too as well. You know, there's like another like X-Men like type character known as Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and she's like a female like hero. You know, I thought that one was kind of interesting too as well. Then you have Blind Owl. I think it's Blind Owl, played by Leslie Uggams, and that's like the elderly blind woman that is Deadpool's roommate. Well, eventually becomes his roommate once he becomes like Deadpool. You know. But the film on the whole, I thought this was an entertaining, like Marvel Comics, like film, based film, you know. And it was kind of cool to see like a strictly like R-rated type like superhero film, you know. 'Cause we don't really have those kind of films, you know, outside of say like the Blade films and stuff like that. We don't really have like no hardcore like R-rated like superhero films, basically, you know. But yeah, in the end, I think I would be giving Deadpool. I would be giving this like a B minus. I thought it was good, but when it got kind of towards the end, it kind of like dragged to a certain extent. But other than that, I thought it was like a good film. I would recommend it, especially if you're like a Deadpool fan. I would recommend it, or if you're just looking for like a R-rated like type Marvel like superhero film, I would recommend it too as well. So this is my review for Deadpool, and I'm giving it a B minus. I'll catch y'all later. Alright.